with Tracy in LA. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my podcast, Dance Journey. Today we have Celine Chai.
Whoop, whoop.
I just found out that Celine Chai doesn't like chai.
No, I don't like chai tea, no. But I use it to introduce myself because then everyone knows how to spell it.
Yeah, it's a good way to remember what her last name is. I used to drink chai, and I used to like mixing it with I used to work at Starbucks, and I would do half the chai pumps and half cinnamon because I thought that made it taste better. Maybe you would have liked it like that.
I'm a matcha girly.
Okay, matcha. So Celine Chai, she is my dancer friend. How did we meet?
Sarah's class. Sarah Chan's class.
Sarah Chan. She was like workshopping her choreo for a class she was teaching in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
And I remember that class vividly because actually I remember Celine vividly too. I was like 20 minutes late to the class because
I was 10 minutes late.
Oh, you were too?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I was so excited to finally learn like Sarah's choreo because I don't think I've ever like been in a class where Sarah taught. I've taken so many classes with her. This is Sarah Chan. She was also on the podcast a long time ago. Beautiful dancer. And I just was into the song I was listening to in my car, and I just was going a completely different direction of the studio, but I was so in my head with the music that I just did not even notice that I had put something weird into my GPS. And all of a sudden, I'm like approaching Hollywood, and I'm like, where the heck am I? Where did I go? I felt so bad. So I pulled over, texted Sarah. I'm like, I don't know where I went, but I'm turning around because I was supposed to be going to like North Hollywood or wherever we were.
It was a no-ho.
So anyway, I get in there late. She already had taught like so much of it. Did you miss a lot of it too?
No, I had she was warming everyone up, and I came like right when we were just about to learn the choreography.
Okay.
So
that's what I was hoping. I was like, maybe she did like a long warm up, or maybe she started late. I came in, I swear she'd already taught like
it was
28
like 4 8s, 5 8s.
It was
something.
a lot of it.
Yeah.
It was actually more than that when I got there so late. So I was really stressed, and I was very mad at myself. And then I kept asking questions, which I felt bad about because I was like, I shouldn't be allowed to ask questions because I'm late. But I was like, can you show this part again? So anyway, what's funny is I sort of caught on by the end, but like I was still stressing. And so it was funny because she divided us in groups of 2. But she was like, and I didn't know Celine at the time. She was like, well, I'm going to do one group of 3. And so the first group that happened to go out was like Celine and this other girl, Emily.
Yeah.
And I didn't know them, but I knew they were getting it good. And I knew there was supposed to be one group of 3, and I knew that I needed people in my peripheral on both sides. So I was like, "Oh, I'll go with this group." That's how I know Celine.
To be fair, I don't even think I remember the choreography all the way through. So you did fine.
No, you did good. But having both of you guys on both my sides, I actually looked like pretty decent in the video, and I was like, okay. And really, the wise thing that I did was to go with you guys because I don't think I would have looked great.
Good.
So it was funny. So technically we met there, although I don't think we really talked.
Mm-mm.
And then, but I did see that she was like a really good dancer. And then I started doing LA Unbound, showed up to one of the rehearsals, and then Celine saw me because Celine is also doing LA Unbound, and she was like, "Oh, I know you from Sarah's class." And I was like, "Oh yeah, you're the one that
you're in my group.
You're the one that saved my life when I didn't know the choreo."
To be fair, that was a really, really tough weekend for me because I just moved homes. And I told Sarah, I was like, I'll be there. And I didn't want to bail. And I was just like stressed, but it was fun. Yes. No, I literally threw boxes in my house and then I drove.
Oh my gosh. Did you move far?
I moved from downtown to Silver Lake. Okay. So not that far.
How's that going so far?
My house is unpacked. I don't have a coffee table, but it's okay.
Okay. But you like Silver Lake?
Yes.
Okay.
100 times better than downtown.
Okay, awesome. Did you mostly move because you were sick of downtown, or was it just like you found a better place you liked?
Safety, sirens, protests. Yeah. Downtown was a lot.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't go downtown that much, so I barely know what's happening over there.
But I miss I think downtown LA has a lot of opportunity. It just will never get there, I don't think. But I miss like some of the conveniences of it. I do not miss a lot about it though.
What were the conveniences that you liked about it?
I just think like I don't really sit in much traffic because it's just like I get on a freeway and I go and like, all the traffic is going through downtown and I skip all of that. There was a decent number of places to walk that felt safe in the daylight. Like there was like I missed the walking, or all the trains, like metros and stuff went to downtown. So like I share a car with my husband. So if either of us need to like take the metro, like everything is there. Yeah.
But now you're in Silver Lake. Mm-hmm. Also, is there also cool places to walk where you're at?
Yes.
Okay.
I walk a lot. I walk with my doggy.
They have a lot of cute like coffee shops.
Cafes, restaurants.
Nice.
All the jazz.
Okay,
a lot
cool.
safer.
So yeah, I would not have been able to tell that you were like stressed, but I was also stressed. But we had like a pretty cool.
We had a fun time.
We did a pretty
We
cool
had a great time.
dance together, and then yeah, it's been really fun to do rehearsals with you. So we're in, I think, 2 pieces together.
2.
We're in
Brittany and Yari's.
Yari's and Brittany's. So that's been.
How many are you in?
4.
Okay, I'm in
a
4
lot.
too.
Okay.
Which I'm like.
What are the other 2 you're in?
Tori's piece and then Rachel's piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is Tori's? What style is Tori's?
Contemporary, like
Okay, it is
spoken
contemporary.
words.
Yeah. So many. There's 2 spoken word ones this year.
All right.
Because Yari's is like spoken word too.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're in 4 contemporaries. I'm in 3 contemporaries and a musical theater.
That's so fun.
Where I'm going to be a little lion in the
That
Lion,
is
the Lion
so
King.
cute.
I was like, I wanted to be in that one so bad, and I'm
That
like,
is adorable.
so excited
I love
about
that.
it actually. But that's a little more. It kind of combines styles, but it's musical theater. Anyways, so this is your first season doing LA Unbound.
Mm-hmm.
How did you hear about it?
Long story short, Sana and I used to work together
Oh, I remember hearing
in
this.
2020, virtually. I never met her in real life.
Okay.
But I had been on countless Zoom calls with her.
Okay.
And I follow her on Instagram, and I kept following her over the years. And I was like, she posts these like really, really pretty professional photos. Like, what is this? And then I like kept clicking, and then I was like, oh, like, is this like real? Like, what is this? And then I saw it and clicked on the website, and they were like, oh, we have like auditions for an upcoming season. So that's like kind of the short story is I kept following Sana, and I looked at her pictures and thought it was pretty, and I clicked link.
That's so funny. I just had Sana on the podcast too.
I know, I saw that.
Did you? So yeah, what's crazy is LA Unbound, they get the coolest photos.
Yeah,
like
it's beautiful.
It's so good. They have a photographer they've been working with. So LA Unbound, I've been talking about it on every single episode, but basically it's just an organization or a dance company that allows for all different kinds of choreographers to submit their pieces, and then they perform like 25 pieces around twice a year. Anyone can audition. It's for adults, 18 or over.
I joke, it's an adult show.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, ooh.
Gives it a different vibe. But like everyone comes and then they're like, wait, this is not
an adult show.
But yeah, all different styles: contemporary, tap, ballet, jazz, funk, hip hop, musical theater. And yeah, you can kind of put down which ones you're interested in, and also like you can see the rehearsal schedule ahead of time, so you can put down which ones you're interested in based on that as well. And then you just spend all day auditioning in all different kinds of styles. And
I wasn't even there.
Oh yeah, did you submit a video or something?
Whatever was on my Instagram was what I sent.
Yeah. Yeah, you can go to the auditions. If you can't make the audition, they do allow you to like, you know, show them what you can do or send some sort of video or something. They try to cast everyone in at least one piece. Sometimes it's harder to get in more than one in the beginning when you don't know people, unless, of course, if you're just like fantastic. Celine's a very good dancer.
I don't know.
We're gonna talk about it, but I'm gonna talk about it. She'll probably be humble about it, but yeah. So that's really cool. So then if you do it, so they have a photographer, and they do 2 shows, and the photographer. I don't know. He comes to like the rehearsal, so he like kind of knows where to take the photos, and he's been working with them for so long. So this is only my 2nd season working with them, but some of my friends have said like, oh, the photos have gotten better and better because he's like
so
really
awesome.
honed in like how to do it.
Yeah.
And they really turn out great. But I also am like, this season I'm like, oh man, I got to think about my facial expressions because he gets some good photos, and what if I'm just like, what if I look crazy? I don't think he posts the crazy ones, but anyways, then he puts them on a drive, and then you can like choose. So yeah, Sana. And Sana's been doing it for years.
A couple years now, yeah.
And yeah, that's her rhythm. She does LA Unbound, and then she kind of takes a break from dance during the non-LA Unbound seasons.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what I just learned about her. But anyway, so that's kind of how we know each other. And we know you're doing LA Unbound right now.
Yeah.
We'll talk about what else you're doing. But first, actually, let's talk about the class we just took. So
Okay.
we took Sam Nelson Contemporary. I like to call it crazy contemporary. At Millennium.
It's emotional contemporary.
It is emotional. And it's emotional, and then there's just a lot of like floor things. So this was your first time taking Sam Nelson, and actually you said you hadn't been to Millennium in like a while.
Literally since my freshman year of college, so since 2017.
Wow. Yeah. How did it feel? Did floods of emotion enter you when you entered the building?
Nothing. I was running late, which is very classic me.
It is a little tricky to find parking when you're not like
if you don't come here
time.
often and whatnot. And I saw a sign, it says dance is hard and so is parking.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's so funny. I should get that tattooed.
Yeah, it's true, except like now I'm used to it, so it doesn't really feel hard to me. So I tried to tell her where to park, but it didn't help. It didn't help her.
It did. I tried.
Okay. But so you showed up, you weren't really late. You actually still got there on time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just missed a little bit of stretching.
Yeah.
Sam doesn't do like a warm-up. He just like plays songs. That's also something I forgot to tell you. But yeah, I usually like to tell people about that so that they know like, hey, like really stretch yourself because there's not going to be a time. He goes straight into the combo today. So you don't know, you haven't been taking him, but like I did feel like today was a little bit harder on the harder end of his combos. So what did you think about the class, about the combo? She did so good actually, but yeah, what did you think about it?
So I obviously now follow a bunch of people from Unbound, and it seems like everyone congregates in this class.
A lot of us do.
And I see Sarah Chan's videos too on Instagram. So I knew like what I was getting myself into in terms of like very like hard hitting, very like emotional, thorough, like I've lost English words for it, but that sort of feeling, which I don't think is like my particular comfort point. I'm not a very like lash throw and that, but like I'd like to be. So I was like kind of like I have no idea what to expect. I also don't like to like think too deeply into it. I had a lot of fun. I think it's challenging because I don't take class very often anymore in a situation that like require or like ends up, you know, where you film or, you know, have to go in like really small groups or whatever. So like that always makes it a little nerve-wracking just because I feel really rusty and it's like not a style I do or a choreographer I've taken from before. But I had a good time and it helps that I know people in class because then otherwise I feel really like awkward or whatever.
Oh yeah. I mean I came because of like Sarah and Jess, and I've been coming so often with those guys and other people I've met now, and there was like one day where nobody I knew came. This has only happened once. I've been taking the class for months and months. And oh my gosh, it was such a different feeling. I'm like, where are my friends at? So normally, what do you do during the day?
I own my own marketing agency called 98. We are a Gen Z agency, and all the founders are born in the year 1998, which is why it's called 98.
Oh.
That's the fun fact. And I run brand socials. I do events. I do influencer marketing. Like every digital touch point where brands want to better connect or reach Gen Z is like my wheelhouse.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing that?
5 years now when I graduated college.
Do you like it? Do you feel like it uses a lot of like your skill set?
Yes and no. I like joke that I'm probably the least creative person on my team, which everyone's like, no, you dance. And I'm like, yeah, but that doesn't translate to anything that I do. So I'm very much a level like operations, like very like timeline schedule type person, keeping the projects going. And I love watching my team, who's extremely talented, extremely creative, like come up with the wackiest, coolest ideas and like make it come to life.
Aw, that's so cool. That makes all the difference if you like what they're producing and the people. And then, I
like when my clients are happy. That's the winner.
That's important. Yeah. And so some people use their creativity in the work they do that they get paid for. And sometimes people are like, this is my like admin part of my brain. And then outside of work is when I do like more creative, which seems like maybe that's more kind of your vibe or what you're doing. But actually, okay, I did know that you had a day job because I remember talking about it now when we were at rehearsal. But I think when I first met you, I think I just like assumed you were like a professional dancer.
Oh no.
Because you're so good.
Thank you.
I mean, you're like, I'm rusty. I don't go to class that much. She goes to Sam's class for the first time, and actually she did so good. I was telling her like a lot of the moves he has in his combos, like he does a lot of similar moves over and over. So for her to like have never learned any of those moves ever, and the combo was kind of especially hard today. Like I was watching her and sneaking some videos, and she was like killing it. Actually,
I'm just glad it wasn't that fast. Like if it was any faster, I think I would have been like,
yeah, it was like just fast. He once in a while he has like a really fast one, but it's not usually too fast. But it's fun to watch you do his style because you do have a more like I don't know, like ballet lyricalness.
Yes.
But I love watching that because then he has little parts that could be made into more of that, even if that's not his 100% style. And so watching you like thrive, especially in those little parts, is like, it just looks cool. So I thought it looked good. It was really fun to have you there, and
I hope to come more. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. I mean, I live 15 minutes now.
Well, and
which
actually,
is crazy.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's only 15 minutes.
It took me 16 minutes to get here.
Hey, that's so good.
Yeah.
It takes me like 25. So you're no excuses. Actually,
exactly.
You do. You have a job. But on Saturday mornings, Shelby, who's Sam's assistant, teaches, and we love that class as well. And that is on Saturday if you're ever free.
Right.
So 11 o'clock. Yeah. So that was our day today, and. Now, okay, so you said you don't take class that much. Is there anything else you're doing with dance right now besides LA Unbound and just random?
No, LA Unbound has taken up a lot of my time.
Oh, yeah, me too.
So in a way, like, I like it because it's also a free activity.
Mm-hmm.
I like to go to West Side Ballet when I can.
Oh. Did I ever...
No, because you probably go to Jason's class, right?
Oh, I used to, yeah.
Okay. I like to go Monday nights, Natalia's class.
Oh, I've heard she's good.
I love ballet in a very different, like, I don't know, what's the word? It's like my safe space, okay. I think, even though like I'm not a ballerina in any capacity, but I feel like it was the first dance I was introduced to, and I like that I know what to expect. Like I can go anywhere in the world, take a ballet class, and the structure is exactly the same, and that is like comforting, especially if I don't have a lot of time with work and like I just want to go to a class that like I know what's going to happen. Because sometimes I go to contemporary classes and I'm like, what are we doing? Are we rolling on the ground for 20 minutes? Or like, you know what I mean? Like, so I just like the like comfort comes in like just knowing what's happening and just like getting to turn my brain off because my body's been doing this for so many years.
Yeah, that's so cool. I love the idea of that. I have not been doing ballet like my whole life, so I can't completely turn my brain off, but I can see what you're saying because just the bar, it's going to go in the same order. And
like if I only can take one class a week, I will likely go to West Side just because I'm like, this is where I know I'm going to walk out feeling like I got a good workout. Yeah. I felt like I was training and like live music. Come on.
Does she have live music?
Yes, and I love it.
It is really cool.
I really, really love it.
Chasen, so this is West Side School of Ballet in Santa Monica. If you haven't been, really great ballet studio.
For adults,
so many good teachers, for adults. So there's kids there too.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about the kids program there, but one of Chasen's classes, he just used his own music, which I actually loved because he did such fun music, and I didn't grow up doing ballet, so like I liked all the like pop instrumental and just like different, just like he'd do different genres. It was just really fun. And then when I heard he was going to start having a live pianist at one of his classes, I was kind of like, which is so weird but I was like, I like his music. But then once we had it was actually so cool.
So crazy.
He was so good, and I was like, actually, I love having this. It was really neat.
It's really, really fun.
Yeah. So they have intro ballet classes too if you've never taken it. So definitely check it out. And then they definitely have very advanced classes as well. But, okay, so sometimes once in a while ballet class, LA Unbound, I mean, you have a full-time job and you're doing like 4 pieces. Like, I'm like literally glad I don't have a full-time job because I feel like I have to freaking practice those pieces at home.
No, that's why I show up sometimes like, what am I doing? I don't know what we did.
I know. One time you were like, I probably should have looked at the video before I got here. And I'm all like practicing every day. But then you're like totally fine. So, hi, everyone. So I wanted to tell you about my new book, The Tracy in LA Newsletters 2010. This is my very first memoir. There will be more. It's not like a normal memoir where you're looking back on your life and reflecting on it and writing a book about it. It's more like a memoir in real time. So basically, when I very first moved to LA to pursue acting, which was in 2009, I decided I was going to write these like monthly newsletters where I sent out actual letters in the actual mail to a bunch of my friends every month to give them updates on what I was doing with acting and jobs and friendships and all kinds of things that I was going through my very first time ever living in LA. It ended up being pretty humorous, and so I've basically gone back and edited them so that I could publish them as a book. So that's what this is, and if you want to be entertained and have a good laugh, buy my book, or if you just want to help me pay my rent next month. Oh, and you can get it on Amazon. The Tracy in LA Newsletters 2010 by Tracy Nicole. Nicole is my middle name. Also, there's a link in my Instagram bio. You can get it paperback or on Kindle. Do you want to talk about any of the pieces you're in? Have any of them been like especially like challenging or just choreography that you like really like or anything like that?
Yeah, I think Rachel's process is really interesting. So Rachel, I think, is a middle school, don't quote me, is a dance teacher at school.
Okay.
And so I know she choreographs a lot of like large group pieces.
And this is Rachel Turner. Yeah.
Yes. And like, I just love watching her brain because I feel like every choreography we've been has kind of been like a start at the beginning and like work to the end. And hers is just like a mosh posh of like, we're going to do this phrase and I don't know where it's going to be. And then we're going to learn like this thing and then I'll figure out like how we get here. And so like, you know, always watching someone visualize something that is like more than just one person is like super cool and creative. So I love like seeing that happen. And I love the way she explains her thoughts really, really well. Yeah.
Oh, cool. I know Rachel. I saw a little bit of her piece at the audition and it looked really cool. It also looked hard and I'm sure you're going to do amazing at it. But I was like, maybe that's not for me. Just like I was challenging myself enough with doing extra pieces and I'm like, I just don't need a piece that's like too hard. But yeah, she's such a beautiful dancer. Oh, I did take her class one time and I really liked it actually. But yeah, I can't wait to see it. That'll be so cool. And that's good to know that she has a good like communicative process. Actually, the rehearsal you missed last night with Brittany, it was kind of cool. Like she taught us all the choreography, but now she's like layering it, which I honestly didn't know what that meant at first. But so she's having certain people like kind of freeze at certain points and the other people continue the choreography and then the other people like join in. And at first it was like just boggling my brain because I just don't have tons of performing experience. So just like formations and layering, it's like that's all just like so new to me. I'm such a dance class person. I'm like, what do you mean we're all doing different things? So it was challenging my brain, but it was kind of cool to watch her process of like watching us and being like, okay, actually I think I need a few more people to do this. And because she's going through her process, I'm like stressed out. Like, wait, don't change that on me. Tell me what to do.
Well, I'm sad I missed it, but I'm sure I'll figure it out.
You'll get in on it. But then by the end of the rehearsal, I was like, okay, it's going to be fine, Tracy. You know what you're doing. Like, it's not a big deal. But
you're going to watch the video and practice.
I know, exactly. At first, I was just like, no, don't change it. I've been practicing in a different way. I'm too diligent that I like mess myself up because I've practiced it too much, like one way. But anyway, we're all growing in different ways.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's going to be so fun. So, and also that show is going to be November 2nd at Glendale Community College, LA Unbound. You can look them up on Instagram and see how to buy tickets. You can't buy them quite yet, but soon. So we do 2 shows, a matinee and an evening one. And
which I didn't even know about until like 2 weeks ago.
Wait, did you just think it was one?
Yeah.
Well, it's the same day.
I know. But because I don't think any of this information was told like if I wasn't at the audition.
Oh.
So someone said it and I was like, really? I have to be there the whole day? And they're like, yeah, it's like the whole day.
Oh, it's like really.
All right, got it.
It's really the whole day too because
I heard the dress rehearsal or tech rehearsal or something.
The only rehearsal we have on the actual stage is the morning of both performances. So you kind of feel like it's 3 performances, which it kind of goes by fast, but it's also kind of a lot. But it's just, it really bonds you with everyone because you're just
I'm really excited.
I ended up
this.
really liking it. At the end of the night, I was like, I can see why everyone does this all the time because it's just like, you just feel like you become such good friends with everybody and people, the choreographers, not to like spoil it, but like a lot of the choreographers will give little gifts to everybody and then the dancers will like pitch in for like a little gift for the choreographer and then everybody's giving these gifts like all day. So you're like
it's like
you're like dancing in all these pieces and you have all these costumes everywhere and then you're like everyone's getting gifts and everyone's just so excited and it's like it's very, very fun. So definitely highly recommend. So anyway, that is what Celine's life looks like right now. Work, just moved, doing LA Unbound. We want to know how you got started in dance. We want to know more of your whole story because I know that, because you weren't born here. Well, obviously, you talked about your green card, and but I saw on your Instagram you were kind of in a lot of different countries.
Yes.
So what? Well, I mean, you don't have to tell your whole entire life story, but like, where were you at when you got started in dance? I guess
my life is like when people ask me like where I'm from, I go, "Do you want the short answer or the long answer?"
You want the medium answer.
Medium answer is, I consider myself a TCK, which stands for Third Culture Kid, and that kind of just basically means that, like, you grew up in an environment and culture and everything that is like different from your birthplace, your nationality, and your parents.
Okay.
So both my parents are Malaysian, and I was born in Malaysia, but I had never lived there my whole life. I'd lived in Indonesia, I've lived in different parts of China, and then I moved here for college. And after I graduated LMU, Loyola Marymount in 2020, one, I didn't have a visa anymore, so I was like, what do I do with my life next? And two, I was like, maybe it's time I like go back to Malaysia and like actually live there, because I'd never lived there my whole life. So I was like, it's going to be nice to like actually learn about where I'm from and like, yeah, have that different perspective. So I went back home to Malaysia for 3 years before coming back here last year. But I started dancing in like, I think I was like 2 years old, and it was like baby ballet. I was living in Jakarta, Indonesia at the time. I don't remember very much about it. But long story short, we moved like every 2 to 3 years.
And why were you moving so much?
Followed my dad's job.
Okay.
Some moves were like spaced out like 4 years or 5 years, but some moves were like 2 years, 1 year. Like it was just like a very chaotic childhood. And I think by the time I was 17, I counted, I think I had lived in 14 different houses.
Wow.
I know. Really, really wild. I've been to so many different schools. I was homeschooled at a point. Like, it was just like a mosh posh of craziness.
And do you have siblings?
Mm-hmm. I have an older brother.
Okay.
But the one thing that, like, I kept doing no matter where I lived was, like, do some form of dance. So that was, like, my grounding, like, okay, I know I can make friends through this if I don't have friends at school, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking that. I'm like, I bet dance was kind of like, even though, kind of like the way you were describing ballet class. It's like you can go to any ballet class and you know kind of what's gonna happen. Even though other dance classes are different, but still, you're going to have some sense of, like, maybe a home feeling, like, going to dance class.
And, like, you know, making friends and, like, as a 13-year-old's hard. So, like, this was, like, easy, like, try out for the dance team or whatever it was, you know. So it was always, like, a starting point for me.
Okay. So you started when you were really little. You obviously don't remember, like, exactly when you were 2, but, like, is there a point or an age when you, like, started realizing, oh, I really love dancing?
Mm-hmm. So, like, I also think my dance training growing up was very, very different to, like, what I see here in the U.S. Like, for example, in our class with Sam just now, like, they were, like, little kiddos.
Yeah.
And, like, watching them have that girl to just have a solo.
Yeah.
And, like I don't know how old she is. Probably, like, 9, 10, something like that. 10-year-old me could never do that. 10-year-old me could never just, like, learn a combo at the speed of lightning and then, like, kill it. You know? Like,
well, she's sort of like a prodigy.
Sure. But
yeah, there's quite a few like that.
Right. And I feel like the training here is very much like go to class like when you're young, like learn every single style, like be really quick with choreography. Like I watch convention videos and all that stuff, and it's like mass ballrooms and you got to learn in this tiny little space, and like when it's your turn to shine, like you go for it. And that was like such a different experience. Like I grew up in Asia for the most part, and I think there's like a very high level of perfection that like people reach for. So like we had never in my life did we learn choreography this fast ever.
Because you want to make it perfect, so you're going to go a little slower.
Right. And like I took a lot of ballet exams growing up, and it's like the same combo every single week until you take your exam. So like for 3 months straight, I'm doing the exact same, 20 combinations just to get it perfect. And so like that was very much the mindset. Like, for example, like if I'm learning a dance right now and like I mess up a part, like I don't know how to keep going, or like I feel really anxious. Like, and I see a lot of people like fall on the ground and then they just like do a like random roll and like keep going. Like I don't know how that works in my brain. And so by the time I got to high school in Jakarta, I joined like our high school dance team, and we do like one big show a year, and it's very different to like what we're doing with Unbound, which is like 25 small pieces. This is like one 22-minute piece.
Oh, wow.
So it's like it's very much a modern concert style piece, and it's choreographed by us. So we are the conceptors, the creators, the costume designers, and the performers. Like it is very much a collaborative experience with like 10 girls for like 8 weeks or however long it is to put on a 22-minute show.
Wow.
So I
only
think
10 people too.
Yes.
So you're dancing a lot of it.
Yes.
Are you all dancing? Like, are there a little bit of group switching out?
It just depends, like, what the concept ends up being.
Wow.
So, like, from that age, like, I learned, like, how to put on a show, really, and I think that's what I fell in love with. And I don't know. I think there's, like, a lot of... I love doing shorter pieces. I think it's easier on the body. But I also love, like, challenging myself at, like, I was 14 when I first started doing this, to, like, put together, like, 16 to 20-minute pieces, you know? So that was kind of, like, the love moment, and also just, like, falling in love with concert dance.
Wow. When you were all choreographing, how did that work? Like, how did you, like, 10 of you choreograph? Did you meet together and come up with things, or did you, like, each kind of take sections to lead, or...
I honestly look back and I'm like, how did we do this? And my high school dance teacher, Mr. Callie, shouting him out, he's like my second dad. I love him to pieces. I don't know how he dealt with 10 teenage girls in a room every single day. Like, we were squashing, yelling at each other, you know, but I think we did do it by sections. I think we were also challenged a lot to choreograph phrases rather than, like, listening to the music and, like, matching choreography to music.
Oh.
It's very much like, what are you trying to do? Like, you know, are we experimenting with movement? And we will always find music for it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So, like, doing Rachel's piece for Unbound is kind of throwing me back to that era of, like, let's just make random stuff. We have a 7/8 here, we have a 15/8 there, and then we'll find where it goes. So, yeah.
Wow. That is so interesting to hear the differences. And, like, and I can see why, because I'm very drawn to, like, your technique and stuff. And yeah, if you were growing up training an environment where you're like, we're going to do this every week until it's perfect, versus just, like, and that's one of the reasons I do Unbound, or I push myself, because I'm coming from, like, 8 years of going to dance classes in LA, and it's just new combo. So I've gotten better at picking up choreography, which is a great skill.
It really is.
But I'm lacking in the skill of, like, perfecting it and just getting better at what you do. Like, yeah, maybe you get a round 2 sometimes. Once in a while, round 3. But I'm so not used to that. But by round 3, I'm like over this. Can we, like...
Yeah, let's do something else.
But I don't want to be like that, because I actually think I really need to learn how to challenge myself to, like, be like, okay, well, what do I really need to work on, and how can I get that better in round 3? Because obviously there's tons of things I need to work on. And so especially being in an environment where probably the teachers are telling you, like,
yeah,
get your leg up higher here,
right,
point your foot here, like, do the jump more like this, or whatever. That just sounds really, like, cool training to
It's
have.
just really different. And then I got here, and, like, the speed of things was just, like, I felt so overwhelmed. I still do feel overwhelmed, like, taking class today. Like, it's not my favorite thing to do, because I'm just, like, I feel, like, bad, because, like, I don't feel like I'm doing my best. But like you said, it's a skill. It's a skill.
I mean, for someone who, like, grew up in a different training environment and doesn't take tons of class all the time, like, you actually picked it up. Like,
I'm so glad
shocked.
you think that.
I was like, wow, she has it. Because, like, even if you had not picked it up as good, I still think you're amazing. I just know his class is hard. He teaches fast. You've never taken it before. He does kind of weird, like, moves if you're not used to them. Not, like, weird, but they're just different. So, but watching you, I was like, oh, this girl, I was like,
fun.
you had it. You got it all. Like, you were so good. But yeah, that's so interesting. So then you did that. So did you have a lot of joy choreographing? Is that something, do you like choreographing as much as performing, or do you like one of those better?
That's so interesting, because in high school, I loved choreographing. I choreographed just about everything.
Wow.
Stuff for myself. We did, like, little dance competitions, and I, like, got together a little group. I did a lot of, like, spearheaded a lot of the choreography for these, like, concert pieces. But then I got to college, and I think I just was, like, really overwhelmed. I was a dance major at LMU, and my class was really, really talented, and
I heard they have a really good program there.
it's evolved a lot since I went. But yes, it was a really good program. I had a really wonderful time there. But then I just, like, started to feel like, I don't know, I was like, maybe my ideas are not original enough or whatever. So if you ask me today, like, what I love about dance is, like, it just feels so good in the body, and I, like, don't have to use my brain very much. I mean, I am, but, like, in a very different way. And choreographing feels, like, stressful now, because I'm like, oh, I got to use, like, that brain to figure it out. So maybe not anymore today.
When was the last time that you choreographed something?
I couldn't even tell you.
Oh, so pretty long ago.
Yeah.
Or a bit back in college.
Probably college.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like 5 years ago now.
And when you, I know this is like sort of about dance, sort of just about your life, but like, so after college, you decided to go and live in Malaysia for, I'm just curious about this.
Yeah.
Like, you decided to go and live in Malaysia for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Were you thinking like, first of all, what were you doing there in that time? And were you thinking you might stay there, or did you always know you were going to come back?
Well, I was dating my then boyfriend long distance for 3.5 years.
Was he out here?
He's out here.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So that was that. I was doing my job, my marketing job, 98, abroad.
Okay.
I was just working wacky hours. And then I was also just taking that time to like really be a nomad. So I'd book like, I went to Europe for a month, or I went to Bali, or whatever like my heart desired. I was like, cool, purchasing a ticket. And then knowing that I could do my job anywhere was like such a luxury, I think, because I know a lot of people don't really get that option, or like being able to work and travel at the same time and not feel guilty about taking time off to travel or whatever. So I really like milked it, and I was like, I have the energy for it. I have the energy to work random nights, whatever hours it took for me. And so I did that. And I was also teaching dance in Malaysia, which was kind of my first experience, like really taking like an educator role.
Okay.
And I really, really loved it.
What age were you teaching?
Every age you could think about. Mainly adults, or not adults, mainly like late teenagers, early 20s.
Okay.
But I did choreograph. Actually, no, I lied. I did choreograph a bunch in Malaysia for my students.
Okay.
I forgot about it.
You're like, I forgot about class, choreographing for class.
Yes. So last time I choreographed was like 2024. I did like trios for like 9-year-olds.
For competitions.
Yeah.
Now, how did you, so you had gone to college here for dance, and then obviously you had your training in different countries. How did you end up running your class?
I went home crying a lot because I was just like, I felt like a huge disconnect. I'd grown up in very Western education my whole life, but then like teaching at like local studios, like the way Asians go to school and like learn is very different from like the world of like think creatively and like express yourself. So like if I taught like 3 classes in a row, I felt like I talked to myself the whole class, like the whole 3 classes. Like no one said anything.
Okay.
Everyone's very meek. Everyone's very polite. Everyone's very shy. And I don't blame them just because that's just their upbringing.
Yeah.
But like I was really, really focused on pushing people to ask questions. So when you're like, oh, I shouldn't have asked the questions that day, I'm like, no. I'm like, if you don't ask a question and you're not doing it right the next time we do it, like that's a problem.
Yeah.
Like we need to ask questions.
Yeah.
So sometimes I made class purposefully like almost impossible just so like I was forcing people to like put up a hand and be like, show this again or whatever it was. So it was almost like I wasn't teaching dance and I was teaching like just like how to train better almost.
Yeah, like how to learn and how to participate and how to express even just in learning.
Right. And I was like, I'm fully aware most of you aren't going to do this professionally, but I think this is a life skill. If we don't know something, like if we're going traveling and we don't know where we are, like I'm going to go ask someone, right?
Yeah.
So like let's do it in a class setting at the same time.
Yeah.
So just the parallels.
And did you feel like you saw progress with them by doing that?
Yes.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So it did take a while. I was really fortunate. I think a lot of people dwindled out, but the core like few that like stuck for 3 years, like I felt like I could see a lot of growth.
Cool.
So that was really nice.
And now were you coming up with new combos every time, or were you having them do it like 20 weeks in a row till they got it perfect?
A little bit of mix of both. So I would kind of keep adding on a phrase for the last like 20 minutes of class because I also know that like it's very hard to shake off this perfection idea. But all the like across the floors and stuff, I was going crazy and changing it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were kind of...
I was doing a mix of both because I do understand like it's very hard to unlearn what you've been told your whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cool. And did you plan, you majored in dance. Did you minor in something else?
I got 2 degrees from LMU. I got my dance degree and my marketing degree.
Oh, okay. So did you ever, or have you danced professionally at all?
So it's so interesting because our college professors were always like, doing a college show is like, you should tell yourself like you're a professional dancer. So like that mentality really stuck. Like anything you do is a professional show.
Yeah.
So I'd like to say I have, but I did graduate doing 2020 and COVID changed like the trajectory of my life. I very much knew I was not into commercial dance in LA. And I was like, I want to dance somewhere where a little bit more concert, modern style, the way I grew up dancing. So that was kind of like what I was like inkling towards. But, you know, COVID happened, a lot of things dwindled. So I started this marketing journey and never looked back. But I've gotten opportunities to dance here and there for different things. And so, yeah, like where I can take the opportunity to dance professionally, I will.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you would ever like teach dance again here?
I'd like to. I have a love for teaching children. I think in my next life, like that's what I want to be, is like a kindergarten teacher or something.
Aww.
But maybe when I have a little more time.
Yeah. Because you have all this extra time right now. I know. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But my question was going to be, what made you decide, like, did you know you were going to stay in Malaysia for 3 years? Or was it like your third year, you were like, okay, I think I want to move back?
It was really about long distance. I was like, when is this over?
Because of the relationship?
Yes.
Okay.
I was like, I cannot keep doing this for longer. I didn't really want to come back, if I'm being honest. Like, I love LA for what it was, but because I grew up moving so often, I'd never lived in a place for more than 5 years.
Yeah.
So I'd done LA for 5 years and I was like, I'm really like sufficient. This is enough. But obviously I want to be with my partner. So that was kind of like the little sacrifice, if you will. I don't hate it here, but it's not my choice of city. Like if you ask me where I'd like to live, it's not here.
But wait, now, is your current husband, was that your boyfriend?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. For some reason I was picturing that like to be someone else.
No.
Has he ever expressed wanting to live anywhere else?
Yeah, we have like a whole turn 30, this is our plan type of thing. So it's just a little while longer that we plan to be here. But while I'm in LA, I like want to soak up all this like dance opportunity as much as possible because, you know, no matter where you go, it's not going to be like this. I think it's so vibrant here.
Yeah. I know I was going to say like where you were at in Malaysia, were there a lot of opportunities to like take class yourself?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
So I think that was where I was feeling fatigue as a teacher. It was like I wasn't getting a lot of inspiration and like showing up to class. Like I was coming up with combos and phrases for like different age groups and I was like just running out of like ammunition, if you will. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Oh, now I'm like sad. I'm like, oh wait, so you're not staying here?
For the next year, for sure. We don't know.
Nobody knows the future 100%. But that's interesting to know your plan. What else do you feel like you want to soak up about LA that you feel like you would miss? Dance or other?
Oh, that's okay. Food for sure.
Okay.
There's food of every cuisine, of every price point. Like it is so fun. It probably makes me spend too much money, but I love it. I love like the melting pot of cultures. I mean, that's just the way I grew up. So I feel like really comfortable in that sense. I think LA Unbound is like a really good example of like opportunities that exist in LA that I don't think exist in a lot of places. Like how cool do we have 25 pieces or whatever the number is of people with day jobs or not day jobs and just putting on a show. Like you said, like a lot of adults, we don't get performance opportunities anymore. And like that's honestly the thing I miss, like getting up on a stage and just like, you know, doing something. And like I saw it through my students when I was teaching, but that's not me anymore, you know? So this is like a really fun and beautiful opportunity. Beach. Yeah. I love the beach. So that.
Yeah. I'm like, what are the things she likes that we can use to keep her here? No, I'm just kidding. And then if you do end up moving, would you probably move back to Malaysia? Or do you think you guys would move somewhere like totally different?
I kind of want to do a middle America stint. I don't know why. Just like 4 seasons, have a street with like 8 houses only. Like just a very quiet life for like a year temporarily.
That would be a nice
I know.
I mean, I think even though it was probably hard to move around so much, but at the same time, I'm sure it like just taught you so many things and gave you this like curiosity for different cultures or different ways of living. And so you maybe haven't experienced that way.
No, I
yet,
haven't done like more suburban country style living. Goal is Europe by 30.
Okay.
We don't know where yet.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. That's so exciting. And it seems like you just like to travel now.
I'm a little tired of it. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's the whole 3 years that I was nomading, that was a lot. Would I do it again? I don't know if I have the energy to do it again, but I do still, like, love traveling.
Yeah. And also, like, the things that maybe, like, LA isn't your favorite place, like, ever, but the things you like about LA, perhaps you could end up, like, starting something like that wherever you go, which would be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and way to, like, soak it up while you're here.
No, literally.
Oh, my gosh, we're literally at 45 minutes. I didn't even realize that.
Oh,
my gosh,
yapping.
Perfect. Let me see if there was anything specific I was, like, wanting to ask you. Oh, well, so have you done other styles of dance besides ballet and contemporary in the past?
Yes. See, that's the other thing, too. It was very much like, oh, like, she's good at this, so, like, keep, like, training in this.
Yeah, because of the perfection thing. It's like, well, just keep honing what you're already good at, which is not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm. And I think for a long time, I fully believed, like, oh, if you're good at one style, like, it's going to carry you a lot. But then I got to college and everyone could do everything. And I was like really stressed out because I'm like, what do you mean you can do 5 styles? Like change your sneakers and then all of a sudden like you've got a whole persona. Like it was really, really refreshing. And like, I don't know, it almost felt like living on the other side of the world. Like that was only for like an anomaly group of dancers who were able to do that. And I got here and it's like almost everyone can do that. So I like wish I got introduction to more styles earlier. But yeah.
What would be if someone was like, I'm a genie and I can make you super, super good at one other style besides contemporary and ballet. What would you like? What would your go-to be like? I wish I was like really good at this.
Heels.
Style. Heels. Okay. I was not expecting you to say that for some
Really?
reason. I don't know. I was just like, I'm expecting like, I don't know.
Like
hip hop.
I'll show up to a class.
But heels, okay.
Yeah. And like, I just think it's such a cool, like, it makes you feel confident.
Have you taken heels?
A couple times, but like not enough for me to go buy like a pair of like dance heels or anything like that.
What did you dance in?
I have ballroom shoes because I did ballroom for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's like all I have. They're like old and scrunchy, but like I just don't do it enough for me to go warrant buying a pair.
Okay. I did take a heel. Actually, with Sarah Chan for her podcast, we took a heels class. That was my first time, I think. And I did buy a pair of heels because I didn't have anything. And what I didn't realize was the heels you wear for ballroom or for heels classes.
They have like a little flex in them.
They're like made so differently and they don't like slip really. And they're actually, for me, it was like, at least the kind I got were really comfortable. I was like, oh, I was just picturing like the regular heels you walk in. And I'm like, I can barely walk in heels. How can I possibly dance in heels? And then I was like, oh, actually, wait, why aren't people wearing these in general? Because they're so much more comfortable. So I did enjoy it. It was a fun experience.
Maybe we should go.
I mean,
when I have more time.
Well, yeah, perhaps. I'm like, heels is not my like number one style, but I did have a good time. Me and Sarah were talking about how it was like we got to let out like our alter ego in like the heels class, which was fun. But wow, what a fun like second or third pick that you picked. Did you take a break? Did you take a break from dance at some point?
Yes.
When was that?
So I think I have a healthy relationship with dance now, but when like COVID hit and dance was like my life literally for so long, and then all of a sudden having to like change career trajectory without really like, it wasn't even like my choice. It was the world falling apart and I was trying to figure out a way to make money. Like I was so like discouraged because I was like, now I'm not getting to dance as much as I did. And I think even senior year of college, I don't know, I was like feeling like in and out of love with it for many reasons. But when like my whole career shifted, I just like felt really lost with what dance was in my life. And this is like so unrelated, but I basically put on a ton of weight and like just didn't feel like myself. Like all of a sudden I'm sitting like 8 hours a day, like my body's changing, my priorities are changing, and I like didn't know what to do with myself. And I remember like specifically going to West Side Ballet one time, like when it opened up during COVID, taking class and being like, oh, like I'm not training for anything anymore. And I was like, I don't know how to do this. Like, I remember coming out of class, I was like crying because I was like, how do I take class for fun? I've never in my life danced just for fun.
Wow.
And again, it's like the way I grew up. It's like you're doing something more than that. And like I was putting my effort into becoming something, you know? And I didn't know how to do it for fun. Every time I like tried going to class, I was like, I want to be like those people because they're like, you can tell that they're professionals or training professionals, but I'm like now recreational doing, like I didn't know what category I was in. So I took a break and I was like, I just can't do this. I was actually telling my husband that like after the first couple LA Unbound rehearsals, I was like, this is how I know I'm doing this for fun. Because I'm just having a good time.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Like I feel like me 3 years or 4 years ago would have been like, this is like not what I wanted to do, or like I don't want to be in it, like, you know, like may have like come up with some sort of internal battle about why this is not what was meant for me or for whatever reason, but like I walked out feeling like this is fun. I love the fact that I get to go on a stage soon and like everyone is just having a good time.
Yeah.
And so like that's how I know like mentally I've made that shift. I know that doesn't really answer your question about like when I took a break, but I had to take the break to realize like that I still like doing it for not a like career or money making purpose.
Yeah. Makes sense. I mean, for me, it was like kind of started out as for fun, but then I always had this like goal in the back of my head, like I want to keep up with all these professionals or people that were striving to be professionals. Like when I used to dance at Edge, which
bless Edge.
Did you know Edge?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where I started my training. I took like all their beginner classes and stuff, but there was a lot of like scholarship students or people like, doing the programs there that were like really good, taking a million classes, and they were in a lot of my classes, and I was always like, I need to keep up with them. Like, I mean, I wasn't totally, but I was like trying so hard because I do like to have, even if I don't have an exact like profession in mind, I do like to have like to strive for excellence and to like try to do as good as I can. And I don't enjoy it if I'm literally just totally doing it for fun and don't care at all. Yeah. Like, I mean, you can do it for fun and still like really try to do it like the best you can. So that's been kind of my thing. But then through that process, I started realizing, oh, I really like teaching dance and choreographing, which is crazy because I have like such little experience compared to most people, but I felt like I taught class a few times and got like a lot of good feedback, and I realized like, oh, making up choreography is something that's kind of hard for me, but I like it, but it's kind of hard for me, but like teaching it, I actually love. I could take a class with a really hard teacher and like even if I can't fully do the combo, I can like teach it to someone pretty well because I think I do have a gift of like teaching. So that's something that now I'm like, ooh, I really want to start like doing that more at some point. But yeah, I'm just saying that because you never know, like even if at this point in your life you are just like doing it for fun or whatever, but you never know like what opportunities will come up, or even if you'll get a chance with some sort of concert like situation in the future, like you just never know. So,
and that's the thing though, like it's way better to approach dance the way I'm doing it now, where like everything I do, like obviously like you said, striving for something, putting your best foot forward, but knowing at the back of my head, like I'm not stressed out because for whatever battle I've been having with myself since high school, you know, and now it's like I'm having fun because it's truly like a style, like dance is just like part of me and it makes me feel joy. Like that's the goal. Yeah. Is to like walk out every time being like, I had fun. That was, you know, it brought me back to my roots and I walked out feeling joy. And I always say like, I don't know if you've ever heard this term. I always say I'm like a multi-hyphenated creative. I like to dabble in a lot of things. Like I took up pottery in college and now it's like, there's too much pottery in my house.
Nice.
Like dance, obviously I'm in a very creative marketing field. So like there's just a lot of creative things I like to dabble in, and just like recognizing that it's very much who I am and I don't have to be like this ultra creative animator or whatever, that this is my entire personality, because there's just like multi parts of being creative that like just like fits all the pieces of me. And like it's not always like my identity.
Yeah, I love that, because I think we're just in a culture where, you know, it's like American Idol, and it's like be the absolute best.
Right.
Like this should be your whole thing. Focus everything on this one thing so you can be the best, when like that's, to me, that's actually kind of weird. That might be for like some people.
Right.
But it's also completely okay to, like, it doesn't matter like how many hours you dance, or if that's your main thing, or if that's your only thing. Like dance can be part of you. Your like creativity with marketing can be part of you. Like pottery can be part of what you can also pick up something
buying
new.
My pottery, but like I like to look at my chip and dip bowl that I made. I'm like, I did that.
That's so great. I'm just like being driven by money. Sometimes like the things that I think about, like all the things I'm doing right now, like my podcast is not currently making money. Like obviously I want it to, but I'm just learning in this season of life, like it's okay to just do the things you love and like just like
see what happens.
It's in God's hands if it makes money or not.
Right.
Like I don't know, like it would be great, but as long as I'm provided for somehow, if I can keep doing these things, then I'll just keep doing them. If money comes from them, great. If it comes from somewhere else, great. Like to not get so caught up in like this chase of like having so much money or having a certain identity or having whatever. It's just like, what's in your heart? What were you called to do? And do it in whatever capacity makes sense in this season. So like this is
feeling content. Sense. Like obviously there are times I go to class and I'm like, oh, if I like came to class more, like I could do what person X is doing. But like I have to remember, like I'm working, 40 hours a week. I get to go to class once. Like this is my journey at this point. And just like having those conversations with myself, because dance was like just such a big part for so long, and just like recognizing that it still has a big place in my heart, but not necessarily in my like everyday schedule.
Yeah. That's such a good point. And also like when people post on social media, I think about how nobody knows the story behind it.
Right.
Like, I mean, sometimes I try to tell a little bit of it in the caption, but it's like, one person might look so good one day, another person, doesn't look as perfect or whatever, but they don't know like, oh, that was my first time with a new teacher. That was my first time trying that style. And I actually have a day job, so I can only take like 2 classes a week, whereas this other person takes class like all day, every day, and has been doing this style for so long. It's like just people cheer on certain people, and that's why, but they don't know like your situation. Like actually, that was a huge achievement because that was the first time you did.
I did a forward roll.
A certain, like
I hate rolling.
Actually, I know we're gonna end this soon, but this is so funny because Celine, when we were at one of our rehearsals and one of the choreographers was like considering putting a forward roll, and she was like, "Does anybody like not want to do a forward roll?"
My hand shot up.
Celine's like so strong about like not doing a forward roll, and it's funny because actually we had another rehearsal another day when you weren't there, and she was talking about how she's probably going to take out the forward roll, or she's going to either just have a certain. She's like, who else am I going to have not do a forward roll with Celine so that it's like different sections, and then. Because Celine was like the only one that didn't want to do a forward roll, I like literally said like, oh wait, did she say she like 100% wouldn't do it? Like maybe she'll do it. All these people were like, oh yeah, she's not doing it. And I was like, oh, I felt like she was like still potentially maybe open to it. It was so funny. Like it was so funny because you weren't there. But then what was hilarious was in Sam's class today, he hasn't put a forward roll in a long time. And of course in today's combo when Celine's there, when he said the forward roll, I wanted to look back. I didn't, but I wanted to.
Willow did. Willow looked at me and stared at me, and I was like, and I was terrified. I think I sent it. I don't think I got the move after it because it took me like so long to like roll, but I think I did it. Now, if Yari's like, I'm going to put it in, I'm going to be like, no.
You're like, no, I still don't.
I did that once. Thank you.
I used to be against forward rolls too. The first time I had to do one in class, I hurt my back. My back hurt for like 3 weeks. And then I don't know what happened, but I've had to do them so much more in class. I mean, you don't have to. Obviously, you could do something else if you want to. But like, my back's gotten like more flexy with it, and I'm like, oh, it doesn't really like hurt me anymore. So I'm like, yeah, but I get it because in the beginning I did not want to do it either. Anyway, that was so funny. Anyway, okay, it's getting hot in this car, so we got to get out of here. But Celine, I feel like you had such good perspectives to share.
I'm so glad,
and I'm so glad to have heard more of your story. And I'm sure there's like so much more. But
my life is complex.
We just have to. Keep it in an hour. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed learning about Celine and her dance journey, and I hope it inspired you. And we'll see you next time. Bye.